Hey, Shalom Israel. Listen, I'm Priest and Officer of 1,000. Sharat Zahalak. I'm here with Priest and Officer of 1,000, Thamayam. We are the I.S.U.P.K. This is I.S.U.P.K. Florida History and News, man. Back at you again with another one, man. Check it out. Listen, Israel. Once again, another mass shooting. Once again. And look who it is. Look who it is. It's not a so-called black man. It's not a so-called Hispanic. But it's, yeah, you guessed it, the oppressor.
Right.
Once again. Meanwhile, you know, your boy Trump, he over there in Washington, D.C., you know, messing with brothers in the hood, in the ghetto. But he need to be in the suburban areas, you know what I'm saying, dealing with this.
Right.
Is America's problem. This is America's problem. If he would have been on his job, if Trump would have been on his job and would have been sending them troops over there to them suburban areas, he might have stopped this from happening. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Could have been a slight chance where he could have stopped this from happening, man. But nah, he too busy being racist. He too busy, you know what I'm saying, worried about us. You know what I mean? But who is Robin Westman? Well, that's what we about to get into today, man. You know what I mean? The oppressor is the real terrorist on the earth, man. The oppressor. Not the Hispanics, not the so-called black man that's in the hood, that's in the ghetto, but this is the problem. This right here, this, you know, this thing, this transformer. You see what I'm saying, Thamayam?
Right. Damn right. Damn right, man. Hey, man. Damn right. It's heavy, man. What you just said. And you know what, Sharazazar?
Come on.
All the years of my life, I've been trained in the mind to believe that the Middle East is a real terrorist. Those were the real terrorists. Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden. You know, as a child growing up, coming up in America, all of us as black people, Hispanic people, Native American Indians, we've been trained to believe that they the terrorists. They gonna come out of the building with a explosive in their book bag and blow everybody up. We've been trained to believe that the whole time. Those people are not the people that's terrorizing us. Okay, they not terrorizing us at all. I'll tell you who was terrorizing us. You see the face. These the oppressor.
Right.
They the one with these mass shootings. You know, every time you look around, they doing a mass shooting in the church, a school. You know, and these so-called black Christians want to unify with these people. Why? You know, we need to separate so we can protect our own.
Right.
This is dangerous. This is a high risk, man. All because y'all want to follow the dream of Martin Luther King, we have to deal with this crap. Know what I'm saying? This man, he came back to this school that he went to. He came back 10 years later, a decade later, to fulfill his fantasy to unalive children. Manifesto. Do that sound familiar? Do that sound real familiar? Remember in Buffalo, New York, in that grocery store, where the dude had said manifesto, you know, it had the N-word on the rifle. This same person, Robin Westman, he had a rifle as well. Trust me, his intent was to unalive. And he's more worse than that Buffalo shooter, man.
Right.
Why every time you look around, it's a white mass shooter? It's a pilgrim shooter. I'll tell you why. because that's their lifestyle. That's what they have in spirit, you know, in their soul, and they're not satisfied unless they carry it out, you know. But we got to be integrated with them. No, we don't. This is right now a warning. Present time today is warning my people. You better separate, or
Right.
be your child next. Black people don't do mass shootings, huh? Hispanic people don't do mass shootings, and we got the evidence to show it tonight. Shabbatazar, put that graph up of who do the most mass shootings in America.
Hmm.
I ain't gotta mention no race, no nationality. I'm gonna let the internet show everybody who does the most mass shootings in America. Hell, I shouldn't even have to put it up. Everybody knows.
Right.
I'm doing this for the Christian. I'm doing this for the Christian that's scrolling on TikTok and on Facebook. You know, the Christians that say God loves everybody and they love everybody. You know, Christians, you might want to love everybody, but white Christians don't. This was a Catholic church. And this shooter was a Catholic. You know, Dylan Roof, he unallowed those 9 so-called wanna-be good Christians, you know, inside of that church. I don't know those people. All I know is, guess what? If we will be in separation, like God told us to do, you'll be able to patrol your neighborhood and watch for disasters like this.
Right.
They won't get close to us because they will be on our radar.
Yep.
Like when you go in their neighborhood, you are on a radar. Okay, but let's read this graph, Shratazar.
Listen.
Go ahead.
It says number of mass shootings in the United States between 1982 and August 2025 by shooters' race or ethnicity. And look at the number one.
Mm-hmm. The number one is the oppressor.
The award goes to the oppressor.
Mr. Pilgrim, Mr. Mayflower, La Penta. Who's next? Who's
Blacks.
next? What it say?
Blacks.
What a damn lie.
Mm-hmm.
What a damn. Can you give me one name of a black mass shooter? Huh? And if it is, it's our own kind. We not doing it to the oppressor. You know what? We might go shoot the club up. You know, I know black people ain't shooting up no church. I never heard of that. I know Hispanic people ain't shooting up no church.
They ain't shooting up the oppressor.
That's right. And if it happens inside the school, they going for that one person they looking for. They not just going to the school throwing a temper tantrum and unaliving everybody because you can't get your way. It is dangerous to deal with these people, man. The Bible said it. The Bible said this when we was in the womb together. You know, the Pilgrim and black people. We was in the womb together with Rebecca, Jacob and Esau. God said we should be separated. These are 2 nations that must be separated. Why? Because it is dangerous, man.
Yep.
It's a real high flight risk, man. Because you know why when these 2 people don't be separated, you know what's going to happen? You know why it should happen this way? Because when these 2 people are not separated, people going to be hung from trees. People going to get alligators. Huh? Your children going to come up not knowing what gender they are. You're going to have black men wearing red dresses in Louisiana, New Orleans. Huh? All kind of chaos going to happen to black people. You know, they're going to be on the bad side of the stick. That's why we must be separated, man. And I'm not telling you off of this on my own opinion. We went to the internet and dug this up to show everybody. This is coming out of the oppressor's mouth.
Yep.
All right. Now, this graph says since 1982, right?
Right.
Another lie. And you know how it was the lie, Sharatazar? What segregation? How many times you had a mass shooter that was a pilgrim that went to the black communities and shot that community up? I have the article. I have the evidence. This is this right here. This graph is Exhibit A. Now I'm gonna pull up Exhibit B. Can you pull it up, Sharatazar? Because this oppressor is guilty as charged. You understand me? Yeah. I can't even give you the number of how many times a pilgrim that did a mass shooting in the last 5 years. I should have dug that up. You got the Jacksonville mass shooting that happened right here in Florida when he made all the oppressors get out of that Dollar General store and unalive the black people that was in there. All right. But we're going to read about how many mass shootings there were before integration. All right. So go ahead.
It says media framing. News media trends to provide individual.
Another screenshot I showed you where it says how many mass shootings it was in segregation. I don't know if you see it. I'm gonna go to that one next. That's very important too. Because that article right there is the oppressor trying to cover up what's going on with all these mass shootings, trying to say, you know, they got a mental illness, you know, they're gonna try to make it look like it's not something major, but it is.
You didn't send me that one.
Didn't send you that one?
Uh-uh.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna bring it out this way, you know, because I can't dig it up right now because we live on StreamYard. But you know, in segregation, man, they was going to the churches and unaliving people in the churches. You know,
right.
This happened in Birmingham, Alabama. You had oppressors that went to the 16th Street Baptist Church. Went there and was putting dynamite. You know, they had the pillowcase people. I don't want to say their names. The pillowcase people with the the white pillowcase. They had them come through and unalive black people. So many incidents where they came in cars and did mass shootings, and it got swept up under the road, under the rug, because it was the Jim Crow era. You know what I'm saying? Everybody Jim Crow era where everything got hidden. You know, but the 16 Baptist Church downtown Birmingham, got, had dynamite put in the back of the church. They blew it up. They was blown up so much. Sections in Birmingham, Alabama, they called it Birmingham, Alabama. So you tell me what's worse, a mass shooting or a bombing?
Right.
Yeah, a bombing is worse.
Yep.
A bombing is worse, man. But that's what we had to deal with when we are joined to our enemies, these oppressors, man. They oppress us. That's why we call them the oppressor. Muhammad with the man dress on that say he's Islam, he's a Muslim. He's not oppressing me. He's just in his gas station or his convenience store, well, he is oppressing me, Sharatazar, because he is, charges a little bit too much on the goods in the store. So he is oppressing. Right. But he's not unaliving us.
Right.
The Chinese man is not unaliving us. He is not terrorizing us. It's these oppressors that's terrorizing us, man. They can't help themselves, man. But y'all want to look at Martin Luther King like he did something for us, man. Martin Luther King put you in the hands of the oppressors to be oppressed day and night. All because he had jungle fever, you know, all because he wanted to lay down in the bed with, you know, Becky and Karen. We had to suffer and be terrorized and be oppressed with no resources day and night.
Yep.
Behind that damn Christian pastor, man. Not just him, all them pastors, man. MLK is gone. The pastors of the day is the reason why we are not separated from these oppressors, man. It's time to give up the Christian church. This is a warning that the Christian church must be abandoned by black people, man. They have failed us, man. They have failed to protect us. Even though this mass shooting happened at an all-white Catholic church, guess what? We next. You're next.
Mm-hmm.
You're next on the list, man. All right? Let's get the article that you had pulled up about this oppressor, or about the oppressors that doing these mass shootings. You know, let's see what this article say. Read that one part where it says mental illness.
You don't want this one? Oh, this one right here?
That's it.
Okay. It says news media tends to provide individualized, sometimes sympathetic explanations for white mass shooters, often attributing their actions to mental illness, which
Wow.
can. Mm-hmm.
Hey, read that over again and say pilgrim.
Gone. It says news media tends to provide individualized, sometimes sympathetic explanations for pilgrim mass shooters, often attributing their actions to mental illness, which can perpetuate stereotypes.
So guess what? These same pilgrims that did it in segregation, they had mental illness too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So this mental illness has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And
Yep.
you know, it's called racism. It's called racism that they have for black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. That's the mental illness they have. Their racism is sick. It's evil, you know?
Yeah.
But they want to call you a racist when you expose the truth and tell them about what's really going on. Now you the racist. Well, you call me that. For me, protecting my people from the danger of your firearm, your rifle, call me that. But guess
Right.
what? I don't know who's the racist. Matter of fact, you created that term. The pilgrim created the term racist.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, we learned it from you. We learned that word from you. All right. Let's get the mass shooter that did this to this Catholic church in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Also, don't forget the first terrorist was, not 9/11, but it was 1492.
Right.
They pulled up on the natives with the cross in one hand and the sword in the other hand.
That's right.
You know what I mean? With the sword on the other hand.
Saying God loves everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't love you. And they show you every day. All right. So let's go. What's his name again? Robin Westman.
Westman.
Yeah, Westman. But he don't want to be a man. Yeah. He want to dress up and look like a clown and then come down as a mass shooter, man, on the Catholic Church.
Right.
But you wanna question us and ask us why we calling them the devil? Don't don't the devil hate the church or hate God? Don't the devil hate God? Look at what they doing. They shooting up the church.
Yep.
But God not in that church. God is not in that church. Because if the church knew God, they wouldn't have a chance to go in there and unalive everybody. All right?
And it's just like in their blood. You know what I'm saying? Just like their forefathers, they are their forefathers, because just like their forefathers love to put the cross, burn the cross in front of the church and throw bombs in the church. You know what I mean? It's just like in their blood. It's in their blood, man. It's in their system.
Yeah. Then the roof went in that church and unalive those people, and the police gave him something to drink. I heard something to eat too.
Yeah, it took him to Burger King.
Ah, man, good boy, huh? Mission completed. Manifesto.
Yep.
But let's read.
It says, there is no message. Journal details warning signs, violent obsessions of Minneapolis shooter. All right. Minneapolis. As a teenager, Robin Westman claimed to have been suspended after discussing school shootings with classmates. Later, writing in a journal that the incident was the origin of a deep obsession with mass shooters.
And they still let that child come to school. Around that time, 10 years ago. Yeah, we shouldn't let these people be over us and direct us and guide us on education, spirituality, sports, anything. We need to separate from them and understand that they are a liability to us, because they are enemies, first of all. Yeah. And they are not good leaders. They can't even lead their own nation. Their own people is going inside the Catholic Church and unaliving their own kind while they're in there worshiping white Jesus.
Yep.
Black people not doing that. We have compassion. We have a conscience. We have a conscience. And guess what? White Jesus is on the wall in our church. But you don't see my people going up unaliving each other. Right. No, they're not doing that. But guess what? Look what the Oppressor is doing to his own.
Yep.
They are self-destructive, man. Self-destructive, man. And it's so insane. But you can't say too much on this topic about what he believes in and what his lifestyle is, because people like this have more rights than black people, because first of all, he's the oppressor, and he's with the rainbow community. And the rainbow community has more rights than black people.
Yep.
Barack Obama made sure of that. Black people all the time saying Barack Obama did a lot for black people. Barack Obama is the reason why your son is twitching. Your son put his shirt in a knot, and he don't want to be a man no more. He wants to be Shanae. Thank Obama. Thank Obama for that.
Right.
First of all, Barack Obama ain't black. He's African and white. But he's mainly African because his father is African. There's no such thing as mixed. And black people ain't African. You know how I know African? Because Africans have never, ever done nothing for black people but sold us into slavery to the oppressor, man.
Yep.
All right. But we got...
I was going to say, so with that being said, there was a black man in office.
Right. Right. Damn right. Damn right. And I'm going to say this. People might be mad at me for saying it. Barack Obama is the worst president that we ever had in America. Barack Obama made Sodom and Gomorrah great all over again. I
Right.
think Trump is a tie. I think, yeah, they're a tie. Out of all the presidents, Donald Trump and Barack Obama, but they are the most worst president that this country has ever seen. You understand? And Martin Luther King is the worst pastor in history.
God, it's just a two-headed snake. You know what I mean?
Right.
Barack Obama, all he did was assisted Donald Trump. Just gave
Mhm.
him an alley-oop.
That's right. That's right, man. All right. Now, do we got anything left from that article? Oh, that's it.
It says, a decade later, Westman returned to the Catholic school and carried out those dark fantasies, killing 2 children at a mass on Wednesday morning and injuring 18 other people.
Mm. And I noticed something else. They keep how many people got unalive. They keep changing the number.
Right.
You know, they always, you know, changing up what happened in the story when it comes to their people. But let that would have been a black man or a Hispanic man, something like this. Donald Trump would be making some more laws against us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be more trouble for us. Okay? It would be worldwide. You know, everybody know what happened with this, but it's not going to last long because, you know, it's not entertaining unless it's a black man, unless it's a black face.
Yeah.
That's when it's real entertaining to America. That's when you'll see all kind of faces on the news, all kind of faces on the media, all kind of black Christians coming against their own kind if it was a black face.
Yeah.
But it's not entertaining because it's a oppressor face.
Yeah.
That's that's not the American way. That's not the American way to go against the oppressor and shame him. The American way is to shame that black face. All right?
And you
Go
know
ahead.
what? You know one thing too. They whenever it's these little pilgrims, children that get unalive, they love to come on the news. They love to come on, and cry.
Now,
Oh, I'm so sad. This coward. Oh, they cry and they cry for these little oppressors. But when it's us, it's never that. Nobody cries but the victim.
give him the death penalty,
You're right.
electrocute him, lethal injection.
You're right.
You don't hear none of that right now. None of that.
Yep.
They want it to die down.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, "Oh, he had a mental illness. He was not right in the head." To me, all you damn oppressors are not right in the head.
Yep.
That's why so much going on this earth that is not right now. Like, look how hot it is, man. It's extremely hot because y'all drilling holes all in the ocean and messing with the ozone layer. This disturbing nature, man. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
messing with the weather. You're always doing something devilish because you
Right.
are the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Hey, let me get John chapter 10, verse 10. Bible Kashaw,
Mm-hmm.
which means please in the Hebrew. All right. It's very important that my people pick up this Bible, pick up the book of your ancestors, because your ancestors wrote this book. Black and brown people
Right.
warned you about who gonna be your enemy and what gonna happen in the last days, man.
Right.
But you ready to go to church and hear a song and dance and be blind in this place, man.
Mm.
The Most High God left us a blueprint. All you got to do is read it. But you read it not with the eyes of Christianity. You have to read it denouncing Christianity, denounce Christianity, and accept that you've been taught lies and you don't know nothing. That's why Christ said you must come as a little child. You must come willing to learn all over again because you've been taught by devils.
That's right.
In his messengers, which is the Christian church, them pastors, them evangelists, minister, deacons, even the usher with the one glove on his hand.
Right.
Yeah, you've been taught lies. But let's read.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
This scripture did not say that the thief come to love, huh? The thief come to give and you know, have the highest charity you ever seen on this earth. It said
Right.
that come to steal, kill, and unalive. I don't want to say the K word. Unalive. What
Right.
have the oppressors done to us? They stole from us. What did they steal? Our identity, our freedom, our language, the love that we're supposed to have for one another. They have it because we give it to them. We don't give it to one another. Know what I'm
Right.
saying? What else they do? They come to unalive. What this oppressor name? Robin Westman. What did he do? He unalives. You know, but this time he unalive his own kind. But his kind unalive us all the time with those mass shootings. This incident I can see that they unalive their own kind.
Right.
But any other time they unaliving us. The thief comes to rob, steal, and destroy. My people are destroyed. Every time we come together and create great things like Black Wall Street, they drop a bomb on it. They dropped the bomb on Philadelphia.
Right.
Huh? They burned down Rosewood, man. They destroyed us every time we came together and prospered after slavery without the assistance of them giving us any kind of reparations, any kind of money. We did it on our own with our own sweat, blood, and tears, man.
Yeah.
But they came back around and backdoored us and destroyed us, man. And you want us to be joined to these devils? No. Nah. It's time to understand that the Christian church must stand down. Must stand down because they also stole from us. Didn't these oppressors come in the name of Christianity?
Yep.
Huh? Didn't these oppressors came in the name of Christianity and had white pillowcases over their head, burning crosses in our front yard?
Yep.
Huh? Didn't they feed our black babies to alligators? Yeah. The Christian church is a bloody, bloody, bloody religion, man. Well, the Hebrew Israelites, I.S.U.P.K, we have not unalived no damn body, man. No oppressor, nobody. All we do is speak the truth and we get hated. We get hated by everybody. Everybody hates what we saying. Because guess what? This world hates the truth. They hates the truth, man. All right? But you got anything to say, Sirajazah?
Nah, that's it, man. You know? That's it.
Well, that, man, this is the I.S.U.P.K Florida History and News, man. Today we speaking on news. News that you need to hear about. News that gonna get swept up under the rug. But I'm gonna get that rug and take that news right up out of that rug and put it in your. All right? Because that's what they do. They whitewash everything, and anything that looks bad on their behalf, guess what? They're gonna make sure they don't try to get no shame. But it's our job to bring that shame, to bring the pain. All right? And with that, shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
How about you not stop?
Yeah, but